Welcome back to Arizona, mid-sandstorm. A few silicosis things happening. We've got some abrasions to treat. Nothing major, but research is complete. That's why we are talking right now. So we just finished staff upgrades, right? We want the hatchery upgrade for the aviary. Let's get that done first. That one is the most specialized in terms of requirements. Specifically in the sense that it has to be these three. Okay. Do that. The rest of the team can do what? We're digging fossils. I guess we can look at other research options. So 24 for you. 24 for the Anki. 12 for you. We do have our other upgrades, though. However, the geneticists were required for that task. So they have to come back before we can do that research. Which I think means that's all we do. Yeah, I don't see anything else here we can do. So I guess that is that. So we're just waiting for the fossils to come back. And the storm to end. But all the storm is already over. Alright, pretty minor. The silicosis will pass with time. Nothing to be really concerned about. Okay, well let's get those pteranodons. We'll sit and wait. I've set up our Arano enclosure. We can look at actually cloning the Aranos now. I hid the tool. Let me pull that back up to my front view. Svalbard Calcarana. SV is white. Calcarana is gray. We're looking at AA. We get a C, +1 to long-lived. ACA, ACG, plus social, +2 to tolerant. Interesting. Very strange. And then GAC that we can't do nothing with there. Okay. 9, we can actually do that. 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9. Sure. Cool. We'll get the Aranos cooking. They're going in right over here in this nice little river valley we've started. We'll do some more decorating with plants when we get a chance.
It's living with them that is proven to be difficult.
Scientist training.
I say that anyone who thinks what I've accomplished is easy
+2 logistics.
Try it.
Really?
Maybe you'd like to try your hand at it.
Pretty shit.
But for now, focus on this new objective.
You're unavailable. Everybody's unavailable. Well, whatever.
We need to have staff at your level of competence, or better. You may be training your replacement.
It'd look better if we could hide the end of that river. That looks nice from a distance. Like the red cliffs. I really like the rock texture here for this kind of thing. That's good. I like that. Like without the plants even being in there yet that we're going to put in, that's pretty cool. Just the problem is it just ends in the distance. We could run it over to the hill, but it will always just terminate at a weird spot, unfortunately. Okay, Aranos. 4 of them. Skittish and weak, that's all fine. Don't care. Cannot hatch them, though. If we look at Arano, your social need is 2. So 4 Aranos is sufficient. That's all I'm going to hatch then. Alright, we need logistics points. 2 on you. You have 8 points we can put into other stuff. Or we put 2 in you, and you can't do shit. So yes. Let's do that. Dig is almost back. Research is almost done too. I'm not going to use... Well... No, let's not use the points on welfare here. Let's wait until Prince or whatever is back. Is that really his name was Prince?
When it comes to my
the
team.
Prince?
The fact that you're still here should tell you something.
Vaswu, you condescending prick. Low health. Yeah, we're going to get those from silicosis, but they can't actually dip below 50%, I'm pretty sure. That's fine. Bunch of shit to sell. A mediocre return on Pteranodon, but okay. I mean, that's probably not too bad. Probably half or something. Pteranodon overlap with Tylo kind of sucks. Oh well. Has to be you. Then this is done in 40 seconds, so I guess we'll just wait for that. Research is complete. We can upgrade the aviary. Boom. That gets us advanced synthesis. That means we can hatch the Uranos. Assigning to you, number one friendo. Now we need to rest Lynn. And then talk genetics work. So we still need 1 billion genetics to do the big ticket shit. Which means we need the resting person for that, and maybe even the fossil extraction person. So we can't do any big ticket shit right now, but we should be able to do like Gigant. Yeah, 1 point off of doing Gigant. 6 out of 9. You're the new guy, right? Yeah. Actually, let's just screw it. We have money. It's a bad idea to put those points in when you're not going to actually actively need them and use them, but we'll just look at it as a way to like balance out the little bit unbalanced income we're having here in Arizona. Really, nobody in the drinks shop? Oh, because there's nobody in the lagoon or the aviary now too. That's part of it for sure. If you wouldn't mind, we could use some more water, probably. Thank you. Okay. So fossils in a minute. Rano in however long, because this glitch is out still. This glitch has been here for fucking forever and it's never been fixed. Alright, it's going to be a couple minutes till we can do stuff. I've given Donna here another point in genetics, getting her up to our limit of 4. This is because this allows us to do the research for Stego. 9, 5, and a 4. Doesn't mean... It means we don't have any way to do fossils when it comes back in a minute, but... we can figure something out. I'm willing to overcommit points to somebody else, too. Or the resting person, actually, is just about back, and she's the 6 genetics person. So that'll be fine, too. Great. So that gets Stego. Stego is going to go... Yeah, Stego goes in here, too. So this is Aranosaurus and Stegosaurus. And then we'll put in a Pentaceratops and Ankylosaurus pen, and then Spinosaurus goes down here by the lagoon. That way, if the Spinosaurus ever escapes, you can just jump in the lagoon and eat the Plesiosaurs instead of my guests. That makes sense, right? That's totally how it'll work out. Let's get these guys out here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Somebody is vacuuming somewhere in this building right now. It's in a distance, though, so you probably can't hear it. Actually, I think it's stopped now. As far as for breakers, it'll be an hour or something, I would say. Okay, ground fruit's all they need. So, a little bit of ground fruit. Let's get the brush small. I'm going to try and keep it like down in the canyon, basically, is the idea. Make that brush really small. We can stick it down on the waterfronts at the base of the canyon. I know what I'm thinking here. Ooh, that might even be the same food that the Stego eats, which would be really nice. So thinking something like that is what we're looking at here. And that's a nice little desert exhibit, I think. Plants down in the canyon, the river.
This one's more my speed. The Uranosaurus is named after
Of course,
the
it
Arabic
remains to
word
be
for
seen if it's going to be
courage,
enough
which
for the
is
whole
kinda my
herd.
thing.
And then, yeah,
This
this...
dinosaur is easy to care
Cabot.
for and really
Cabot,
only wants
please.
a comfortable place to eat and rest. And to be left alone.
Sounds like me.
Sound like
I'm
anyone
a
you
sad
know?
old man. That is not a bad looking Urano. Very bland, but it's a good combination of pattern and skin color that makes it look just kind of like a modeled, subtle striping instead of some of the Uranos look really blotchy and weird. So I like this Svalbard Calcarana. Not gonna win any, fashion shows, but that's a naturalistic looking pattern, I think, especially in a desert. It looks right at home. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 is still airlifting in. I'm sure they'll be fine. We'll check in a moment. Looks like the scientists are just about done researching Stegosaurus too.
Okay,
So
I've got a new objective for you to look over.
I guess we'll release more galleys. All right, step 1, fossils. Poop, poop, poop. Pteranodon, Pteranodon, Pteranodon. Actually, let's hold off on those for just a moment. Because I want to see if we can do one of the big ticket researches with the current genetics staff. And then figure out what we do for fossils after that. Nine, 6, 5, and 4. And that's perfect. Okay, we'll do it. So she's going to be mad at me when she gets back. We'll have to remember that. We can... You only have 2 fucking points. Okay, let's do you in genetics then. I guess. So you get up to 3 and you can do the fossils. And then for the expedition... Pteranodon Tylo, that's a 10. Shit. Oh, it's 3 genetics on Gallimimus anyway. Never mind. So yeah, let's do, we'll do the dig with the welfare specialist. Fine. 2 minutes. I assume everything else is going to be quite long. 8 minutes, 6 minutes. Yes. So that should finish Pteranodon up. The Aranos are all on the ground and happy. What are your margins like, friends? Good margin on ground fruit. Okay, so we stick like a half dozen stegos in here. If they eat ground fruit, it'll be fantastic. If they don't, we can probably make it work. We can always expand out if we need to. We got room. We got a ton of room. But I do like the kind of symmetric nature of this park right now. It's kind of fun. Peggycephs are fighting probably because of aging, I would imagine. Changing the alpha situation. Alright, well let's... Oh, never mind. Fossils are back in 30 seconds. I guess I talked enough that I talked through the time we needed to wait. Yeah, nothing else to process. 90... Wait, 6, 7, 8... Yeah, 99%? Seriously? My math bad? No, my math bad. My math is bad. 89. Brain. Brain, work with me, guy. Okay, so yeah, fossils extracted then means we can synth galleys. Are we gonna run out of space? Probably. Ground leaf. Well, I mean, we have some more space, so probably fine. We can just fill in the corners with the ground leaf. At that point, the Oasis aesthetic is kind of gone, but it's whatever. And we still have the Oasis aesthetic in the sense that, like, the trees are all in the middle, which is cool. But, yeah. Other than that, a little bit lost. I don't mind. We'll just cram more galleys in there. It's all good. I like the one cactus that showed up. Don't know how that happened. How this cactus just appeared suddenly. Just one day a cactus appeared in my dinosaur pen. Nobody knows where it came from. It's just there now. I mean, I kind of like the randomness of it, I guess. Missing ground fiber. You assholes. So these guys are being a pain in my ass. Because they keep moving around. Open space is a problem, actually, huh? They keep, like, moving which section of the park pen they want to be in. The territory decay is being a pain in the ass. We could move them out. Ground fiber. Maybe if they can cohab with the trikes and Ankies, we'll move them to that pen. For now, I don't think I'm going to do anything about it. They just need to move around more. It's not my fault. I mean, it might be my fault. We'll get the galleys out and see, 10. See what happens with that. And with this many more galleys in here. These guys eat fiber. Are they the only fiber eaters? Leaf. Nut. Yeah, they're the only fiber eaters. So if we moved them out of there, that'd be pretty good. Maybe we'll have to look at doing that. Well, okay, we've got a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to look up diet of some of these other dinosaurs we're going to add. So the Amargas should overlap partially with the Stegosauruses. I think we'll move them to the Arano exhibit right now, which we're expanding to accommodate 3 species instead of 2. So then there'll be less of an issue in this main pen. Pteranodon is going to be complete. Very nice. We'll get a little bit of Tylo in there to just clear the space. You need a break. We can't process fossils. Understandable. Rest. You're pushed on research. Our welfare person can hatch these next wave of galleys. We also have an old Amarga with the old skin pattern in here, so we're going to just sell that one. So 3 and 4 will get moved. 2 gets sold. Because 2 is the wrong genetic sequence. Now, where's the other one? Over there. Why don't you come in over here? Let's go ahead and demolish the fence. Okay, so we're putting in fiber. A little bit of fiber. Ground fiber. I want to put fiber up in here like this, I think. In the front where the canyon isn't. We've kind of lost the canyon edge here a little bit, huh? Let's pull that back. There we go. Make sure we don't lose that nice red area. And then I think I want to do just like a smattering of ground fiber basically mixed in up here on the top. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll just kind of thread it through the desert. So it doesn't look like it's too verdant. Just a little bit here and there. It actually looks relatively like deserty in terms of the plant. That doesn't look very special. It looks like nice scrubland desert. So let's try that. See how that works out. How are you confused? Oh, you were somehow built into the secondary paddock that I expanded there. That's funny.
Transportation underway.
All right, we'll get these guys moved over. We could hatch some more someday. If we decide we want to. We also do have some more space for the galleys if we need it. So that contract's done. Alright, the absolutely absurd amount of galleys still look like they're good. The watering hole remains functional.
When I first started working with the dinosaurs, I was super overwhelmed. But you're making it look
Okay,
easy.
ground fiber looks good on the Amarg. We need them to merge, of course. This one hasn't really sorted a territory yet and doesn't really have water. Once the territory merges, it'll be really nice. Alright, and I guess we just keep the 2 Amargas in here for now. We could put more in, but their social is just 1, so I don't really see any reason to put in more than just the 2, if we're being completely honest. Alright, and all of our other stuff is back, so let's do other things. Stegosaurus. That's an 11, 9, and 4. These guys all need breaks. That leaves us with just one random leftover geneticist who I think just is boss
I want our
duty.
stance to be proactive, not reactive.
Increase the number of dinosaurs
That means
in the
staying on
park.
top of
Yeah.
these objectives. I've sent you details on the latest.
Oh. We're not doing that. So we're done with contracts. I'm not even going to reset it. Like, the house rule is always do the contract because it makes park building more interesting. But we don't need to do the contract. We can just choose to ignore it by not resetting it and never do another contract for the whole run. Exactly what we're doing. We are actually just about at 5 stars. I am going to preface, we're probably going to go for the full appeal, not the 5 stars, because this is too easy. This will be a little bit more difficult. And consider that the completed park. I'd like to get, the whole thing built up. I think it's fun. But why don't we pause and wait for the fossils to come in? I forgot I never assigned a scientist to do fossils. Oops. Let's do the 4. Oh, we could have done Spino research though too, right? Well, that finishes up Pteranodon, so I guess we'll get the Pteranodon synth after these fossils are done. And then do the Spino research later? Which one did we finish, actually? We did Anki, right? Not Spino? I forgot which big one we did. We did the big Anki one. Yeah, and this is still blocked with defensive, which we just don't have. Maybe Ankis are defensive. They should be, because they're fucking Ankis. We should pivot over to do Anki before we do Stag. I think we will. Pteranodon's ready. Stegofossils are in too. We'll look at those after we get this done. We are looking at YRCH, Calcarana, and Yukon River. Oh, wait, Yukon River and Calcarana. Okay. That's fairly deserty feeling too. I feel like everything we're rolling randomly is desert skins. Too small appetite. Awful. Long lived. Okay. AGCA. A G in the middle here. CG. That's not bad. Not bad. Then AGC that we can't do on the end. Save and exit. They have a chance at needy. Fine. I don't really care. I do not really give a shit. 6 and 4. Begin. Pteranodon batch. We're just doing really one for now. You can get rested. Fossils. Bunch of stag. We'll have some old Tylosaurus clogging up the archive here. This is going to be not complete. I could do that. Let's do that. Let's just clear out some extra space because we should be able to run like 2 batches and it shouldn't matter. Let's pivot to Anki. Let's try and do the Anki first in the hopes that it gets defensive bonuses that we can use to unlock the Ceratopsian research. So 1,600,000 for that. Fucking expensive, little guy. And then there's no way we have enough geneticists left after that for anything meaningful. Yeah. Did we do all the inoculations? Yeah, we did. Okay, that's all we can do right now. So we just gotta wait. It's actually 2 minutes for the Pteranodon synth, which is surprising. And only a minute for the fossils. So I'll queue up another batch of fossils off screen and we'll be... Actually, no. I'll wait till everything's done and we'll do it all at once. And there they are. What do we got? 2 viable eggs. Hold on. What is the social need? Minpop 3? Dear... That's not great. Batch size is only 3. These are not a 1 clutch type species. All right, let's do a second clutch. 9, 6, and 4. We'll do the... No, let's speed it. Let's speed it. No. Yes? It doesn't really matter. Sure, do that. We'll get the other ones hatched because we got welfare. Social needy. That's going to be the alpha. I think almost guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. I don't think they have anything else that will work. At least the social will partially counteract the needy. Maybe totally. I don't know. Maybe social with a group of 4 is better than needy. I doubt it, actually. But maybe. Maybe. So we're gonna have to wait for them. We can do fossils. Yeah, it's going to be 3 minutes till that dig team comes in, and they should have a good load of Ankis to do, so let's just send you out on this. Okay, and then we're basically stuck waiting for... we can probably hatch those when they're done, but we're stuck waiting for those to get sent. So let's... oh, there's a missing path section. I'll fix that too. Looks like we're trying for a group of 5 Pteranodons here. Weak social needy will not be the alpha. Small appetite doesn't give dominance, so that'll not be the alpha. So yeah, it'll be the needy social. There's a chance if we would have had weak social needy that a social maybe could have overpowered the needy. But 'tis not to be. We actually have the 8. Yeah, do it. Let's get them both hatched. We need to release them both at once anyway. We'll release the 2 first to establish the alpha, hopefully, and then release the 3. That should be good. So After that, we're pivoting over to Anki. So I got to work on the Anki enclosure. It's going to go right here. Basically, it'll be like the herbivore section and then the carnivore section with the lagoon, I think. So I'll get that planned out. All right. Dig team came back. First batch of Anki. 48%. Less than half. Demoralizing. A little bit. But we'll get there. We got time. Sort of. I mean, not really. I'm super crunched right now. 13, $2 million bucks. Do that. This is going to be our next herbivore enclosure for the Anki and the Penta. Nice little hill enclosure with the water there in front of the hills. Nothing too crazy, but it's a different little aesthetic than some of the other enclosures we've done. So I think that's fun. Nice, simple, but still distinctive in a way. We could hatch the first two, but they'll be upset. So we're going to wait for the other ones. Let's get those Pteranodons out. We may have hit 5 stars at some point, but I never actually saw the pop-up. It looks like we're at 5 stars. I don't know if it just doesn't come up in Campaign Sandbox. Not sure. Edit environment. You want more water, it looks like. We'll oblige you. Certainly because more are going to be coming in. Fish feeder needs to get in here. Ooh, which we don't have. Because the land fish feeder is unlocked separately. Yes. Oh, we also got salmonella medication to do at some point. Piscivore feeder. A U and a U. Begin. What about the salmonella? Yeah, you do that. Okay. And then they want rock. The easy thing to do is just to paint over the exhibit with the rock brush. That's what I'm going to do. Or just do one of those. Okay, missing fish, missing open space. Working on it. They have rock. What does your territory actually look like? Not full. I guess we'll watch them from this view. We'll try to accommodate all 5. We might have to, we might have to expand the aviary. They're good so far, actually. Never mind. So 3 nodes of aviary looks like it's good. Social maybe helping out there. And yeah, and this was the Yukon River Calcarana Pteranodon. So we get the base color, but a different pattern, which I guess is the rusty red splotches on the shoulders and the lack of colorization around the eyes and the face. Not a very interesting Pteranodon at all. Fits the desert aesthetic, and that's about all I can say. I guess the red underwings is the thing, too. It's maybe a little more interesting looking from below. A little bit with the red on the wings. Weird that it's on the underside only. You think that would just give their position away when they're attacking or coming in for a fish or something. Whatever. Yeah, not a huge fan of these Pteranodons. Not a huge fan of the Pteranodon in general. Give me the Lost World Pteranodon, please. Thank you. That'd be fantastic. Salmonella and the... I have to do that to get this back. The 143 on the Piscivore feeder. Well, they'll be fine. What do we want to give them for their enclosure? I mean... We can just throw down a couple of these. We have one up here on the hill and then like a smaller one over the water, maybe. Oh, is that going to put him out of view of the gallery? Because that's kind of bad. No, that puts him in view of the gallery. That's good. Although them resting on top of the gallery actually counts too. So that's fine too. Yeah. We should have flipped this around and had the viewing gallery down there. I should have done that. That was a mistake. Oh well, it's a lesson for the future. I probably won't remember it if we're being honest, but... Salmonella done. This is going to be a minute. I'll get the feeder and off video. It doesn't really matter. Pteranodon shouldn't freak out too much. It's actually rather annoying. Maybe that's another one I could edit, the fish feeder unlock. Because it sucks getting out afterwards, especially with aviary creatures. I don't know. Not a big deal. The mad rush is on for fish. We got it in there. They were pretty cranky, but I think we got them before any of them attacked the walls. So that's great. We might be able to do the spinal research now. Yes. Let's knock it out. It's 5 mil as well. 9, 5, 6, and a 4. Specifically, yeah, that's what it has to be. Great. And then Anki back in an amount of time that I cannot tell because of the glitched UI. 50 seconds. Yeah. No, we're definitely at 5 stars now. There's no doubt about that. 72% appeal, so 2K should be pretty easy to reach pretty quickly with the missing dinosaurs we have. Appeal penalty is like already it. Species target's 30. Like most of these sandboxes you can do in 15 easily. Even though it's 13, or even though the variety is, or the target is 30. Even though the target is 30, you can still easily do them in 15. Because the income is just so unbelievably high. I'd actually like, I think, to put the target lower for most of these and adjust the income so that we actually need to reach the target. To do a target level of like 20? Like 20 to 26 maybe on some of the biggest maps. And then adjust the income to match that so that you actually need 20. Because right now it's just silly. If I do U, we might not be able to do fossils. Or do another dig. The dig is more important, more time sensitive because it takes a lot longer. So let's make sure we're getting the Anki digs done. Well, we can just do this one again because we need it. This one's a 10. If we do the 10, we can do that. Yeah, sure. Because then that guy will be rested afterwards too. Ready to go in the future. So we're waiting on 7 minutes, 6 minutes, and 2 minutes. And the fossil processing is not really relevant to anything. Okay. Well, that's a pause then. The Ankies have 25% defensive, but so does the Pachycephalosaurus, actually. So we could do that. We were looking specifically for the prerequisite to unlock the research for defensive, but we can just release Pachycephalosaurs. We actually can put a bunch out because they just completely overlap with like the galleys. So we could easily put a dozen Pachy's in this pen without even noticing. That sounded weird. Pachycephalosauruses. It's going to be a little while till we get the Yankees in. Is there any third dig site or just those two? Just the two, it looks like. I don't see any other ones. All right. Nothing to do with the logistics. So they're just sitting there waiting for the next dig, which I think is the play. Okay. Yeah, that's it then. That's all we can do right now. Back to waiting. Actually, hold on. When the Piscivore's research is done, we'll actually start breeding Pachycephalosaurs, though. We will do that. Yeah, so maybe we'll check out this next... We'll get some Pachycephalosaurs made, and we'll check out the next set of fossils and probably call it an episode. I'm skewing these a little bit on the shorter side because I'm trying to pre-record these so I can go on vacation. Peek behind the curtain, which is... I'm pushing up against my leave time. This is the night before I want to leave, so... Piscivores is done. So we can take a break on you, take a break on you. And then, yeah, just work on Pachycephalosaurus. Let's double check the genome. So we've got Great Sandy Papu. I'm sure that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay, these are all A's. These first four are all unmodified. And then it's CCG. I do love myself some CCGs. Wow. So yeah, we pick up a Humble here, actually, which is nice. Potentially get a new alpha out of this. 6. Begin task. I'm gonna just do 2 clutches if we're gonna be honest here. 5 and 3. No. I don't want to use the dig person. Actually, yeah, because it's actually 35 seconds to our next batch of Ankylosaurus fossils. Ankylosaurus, 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 Ankylosaurus. I believe I had a discussion with my friends about how to pronounce this, which I believe I ended up deciding I have no idea. 1 defensive? Has to be you. Rest. Dig up some more. Jeez, takes a lot to get these dudes out. Alright, well that's all the staff engaged again. How long on the eggs? 40 seconds. Let's get the eggs out today, the first wave. Let's check the research condition. I'm actually curious. Release 3 with defensive. So I wonder if we had any defensive earlier. They just didn't count because we released them before we were at that stage. That's a para, not a packy. There's the packy stuff. So, tolerant, social, strong, none, social, strong, sickly, tolerant. Tolerant, defensive, yeah. So that's ass. The condition is not have 3 defensive. It's release 3 defensive, and it doesn't start counting until you actually do the prerequisite. That's a bit shit, not gonna lie. Well, we should be able to get there. 1 and 4 is not a bad dice roll. We got our first of 3. And here they come. You guys go have fun out in the pen. I don't believe we can do another batch because that was the welfare specialist doing that. So I think we'll just have to end this episode here. We'll be back in the next one to work on the Ankies. Missing ground leaf. I don't think you're correct.